Hey guys, it's Nathan from the Kentucky Cycling YouTube channel. We are in Abingdon, Virginia, where we're going to ride the Virginia Creeper Trail. And we are actually parked at the Abingdon Police Department. Somebody in our group actually called the Abingdon Police Department and asked where's a good place to park. And there's actually a large lot right beside the Abingdon Police Department, which is underutilized in comparison to some of the other Virginia Creeper lots. So I will include a ride with GPS showing you exactly where that parking was and how we're going to navigate over to the terminus of the trail here in Abingdon. Today we're going to ride from Abingdon to Damascus. We're going to stop and have lunch in Damascus, and we're going to then start our climb up the mountain to Whitetop, where we're going to stay at the Creeper Campground. The Creeper Campground is an old Christmas tree farm which has actually been redone as a campground, and it has both individual and group sites. Doing this trip this weekend as an overnighter with the Central Kentucky Bikepackers Facebook group. So if you're interested in coming along with us for a future ride, be sure to check out that group. Can't tell you how much we're looking forward to this ride. This is one of the most popular rail trails in the Southeast. Expect it to be incredibly scenic. And this is my first time riding the Virginia Creeper Trail. Really looking forward to it.
The Virginia Creeper National Recreation Trail is a 34.3 mile rail to recreation trail traversing through 2 counties from Abingdon, Virginia through Damascus and ending just past Whitetop Station in the Mount Rogers National Recreation Area at the Virginia-North Carolina border. In the 34 years since its opening, the Creeper Trail remains one of the country's premier rail trails, honored as an inductee into the 2014 Rails to Trails Conservancy Hall of Fame and a recipient of numerous local, regional, and national accolades. A visit to the Virginia Creeper Welcome Center is a great way to mark the start of your journey. You'll get to see one of the original steam engines that used to traverse the old railroad line. The locals referred to the train that climbed eastward into the Iron Mountains as the Virginia Creeper, a name taken from the native plant that grows along the route. A steam engine laboring up the mountain grades with heavy loads of lumber, iron ore, supplies, and passengers would also be a Virginia Creeper in every sense of the word. Navigation along the trail is easy and intuitive. Not only are there mile markers, but each of the 47 trestle bridges is numbered as well.
Sure. Who knew? This one's got to come towards us, it looks like.
At mile marker 9, we reached Old Alvarado Station, which includes restrooms. It should be noted that this is right around the lowest point on the trail, so if you start your ride in Abingdon, you'll be headed downhill until you reach this point and descend over 600 feet. It also means that from this point on, you'll be starting the long, gradual climb of about 1,900 feet up to Whitetop Mountain. Following a suggestion from group members who had previously ridden the Creeper, at 17 miles into our ride and what represents the halfway mark, we stopped off for lunch at Wicked Chicken, which is literally right across the street from the trail. The Virginia Creeper Trail really has two distinct sections to it. The riding surface of the trail between Abingdon and Damascus is hard-packed and fine, fast-rolling crushed limestone. Not long after leaving Damascus, we entered the Mount Rogers National Recreation Area, where the riding surface of the trail changes a bit to a mix of crushed limestone, cinder, and is a little more rocky and is very reminiscent of the riding surface of the New River Trail which we had ridden the previous season. The scenery changes pretty dramatically as well. For the remainder of the trail, you'll find yourself in the woods, surrounded by rhododendron and interesting rock formations. The trail follows along and crisscrosses the extremely scenic Whitetop Laurel Creek. It is important to note that this is also the busiest section of the trail, and that the majority of cyclists who come out to experience this trail catch a shuttle from Damascus, ride uphill in the van to Whitetop Station, and only ride downhill on their bikes. The combination of riding uphill against a stream paired with fairly steady flow of riders left me feeling a bit like a salmon making its way upstream against the current.
Green Cove. Coming up on trestle number 46. Almost to Whitetop. Finally to the top. Coming up on Whitetop Station. This is cool. 27.
The Creeper Trail Campground provides for a fairly posh, primitive camping experience. We stayed at the Stable Yard group site, which provided the added benefit of a place to keep bikes dry and for a few of us to sleep under a shelter. Not only does the campground offer nice bathrooms with showers, but there is a camp store that at the time of our visit offered snacks, after-ride beverages, good quality coffee and pastries, and they had a great porch for socializing. The owners are super friendly and are actually bikepackers themselves, and they told us that in the coming weeks they're going to be expanding their menu to include things like pizza and eggs. All in all, this was an awesome place to cap off our day and bed down for the evening. We had rain throughout the night and awoke to a light spring shower. Realizing that we didn't quite make it to the end of the trail the evening before, after we had breakfast and got packed up, some of us completionists headed back to where we had exited the trail the previous night to ride down to the end of the trail a short distance to the Virginia-North Carolina line before making our way back up to Whitetop to begin the 17-mile descent to Damascus. After having ridden this downhill experience, I can honestly say that I now understand what all the fuss is about. And the knowledge that we were out ahead of the rest of the shuttle crowd and that we had earned this downhill the day before made it all that much more enjoyable.
Woo! Now we start the downhill. Woo! Shortest trestle. Here we go. Oops, done. Welcome to Damascus. Hello. Yeah, I did. Thank you, sir. Coming up on the last trestle. Trestle number 1.
As always, we hope you found this content useful. If you did, please like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks.